Welcome to your astrological transit forecast report. Thank you very much for your patience. This is the Peace Dealer, and we are going to be looking at the transits over the next 6 months. Thankfully, it's Taurus. We are coming, we are in eclipse season, so we're going to be looking at the transits from your seventh house in Taurus to your first house in Scorpio, where your sun happens to be. I will also be making sure to include an alien construct article because we do see here primarily that you do have Pluto on your sun and in the same sign as your rising, making you one of us, Alien Gang. Welcome to Alien Gang. You have one of my favorite ones, the Scorpio Pluto, which I think is one of the most extreme. It's actually the most extreme and intense alien construct, the Pluto Scorpio ones. So you have Pluto power and Pluto instrument quality. Pluto power aliens destroy that which is not built on truth. You can understand the true nature of death, sex, rebirth, okay, power. You can generate energy and power. You can perform psychic surgery. You can perform exorcisms. The rising instrument quality helps you cause others to see what's occurring on deeper levels and confront with true courage and identify enemies, okay, amongst other things. So it means that you are a BAMF, a badass MFer. And it also means that you have a very intimidating personality. And as I like to say, Scorpio risings, especially with this, need just give people the death stare and people will stop messing with you. But the reason why this is cool is this is a part of your extremely pure and wise personality. And so because the South Node has been transiting this, you are en route to unlock the nature of this pure element of your personality since you were born. Because even though this isn't the first time you've had this is the first time you've had this since your Saturn has returned. And so post your power returning, which you are part of the Saturn-Uranus generation, the first of the collective Saturn karmas to bust and innovate the system and lead humanity into the new world. This, of course, all of us as Pluto Scorpios, we're here to destroy the old world order so that the Pluto Sag next generation can create the new world. This is where you will, during this eclipse period over the next 6 months, unlock the full purity of your royalty, as you are purely a queen. Like, you're completely queen in and out. You got the soul of the solar queen, and then you got the spirit of the pure queen, and then your rising is in Scorpio. So your title is Pure Queen Crystal. And as Pure Queen, you are golden purity. Okay? Which is awesome. And just seeing, the sun, moon, and rising and fixed, that means you're capital QUEEN. If it was all immutable signs, I'd be like you're purely a magician. But yeah, this is important because this is unlocking the extreme nature of your royalty. Fixed sign energy like this is like a charged lightning rod that intent and the universe responds to stronger than other energies because or other placements because it's like a charged lightning rod. It's more objective in the sense where you're stronger. And so this, of course, sets you up to be a leader in a sense. And because this eclipse in Taurus was more focused on your seventh house, this is what will realistically now, as we kick off this transit forecast, the month of May is the full establishment and foundation of the seed sown to manifest extraordinary partnerships that coming into Scorpio season will transform how much purer and stronger you express yourself. As a Taurus rising, I've experienced how I've manifested a relationship with a Scorpio rising so that we can actually do a retreat together. And when I reached out to him, I didn't know that he actually was a Scorpio rising and how destiny just kind of brought things together. So I can see, from that perspective how, Scorpio risings are being used as a resource to bring wisdom to people, to transform people, and to also be in a position to realistically open up, so much change and to bring so much wisdom as well. And this is really awesome because you'll feel more comfortable in your own skin and more like yourself than ever as the South Node slowly but surely unlocks more and more of your personality. Okay? So definitely a lot to keep in mind. The Taurus season manifestation of this axis of your relationships will inspire very realistically that you will now start to manifest more partnerships that add worth and wealth to you while also matching you. Especially if you personally felt that especially if you personally felt that maybe you've had issues, connecting with people who lack purity that you represent. So, this is what will have you build your partnerships. The significance, of course, over the next 6 months is bringing the individuality of Taurus outwards into, of course, the social axis of your social personality, to take any individuality integrated into more how socially you personally come into taking this individual sense of yourself, or in the 7th house, the individuality you manifest towards others, so that the contribution here can come back around to be a part of a pure social community or interaction. Hence, transforming, in your case, your personality relative to how you develop it, taking the focus towards others and manifesting the proper values that through Leo checkpoints into how you passionately accomplish your goals throughout this period. And your moon being in Leo is key because not only does it directly square Uranus, but it opposes Saturn. You've been facing the shadow opposition, shade being thrown at you at a soul level, where it's easy to see how Joe Rogan and Tory Lanez are, going through the trial, having to really break through this opposition. It's not easy to see how Leo moons are going through the same thing. At least with the Leo sun, you can see Joe Rogan publicly being, criticized or hated on by the collective. You're not going to see it with the Leo moon. And people can try and gaslight you and be like, oh, it's all in your head. But you are feeling what you are feeling. It's not in your head. The Saturn is 24 degrees. And so this is also strengthening your soul. So if we talk about Saturn's influence, right? Saturn in the 4th house is securing work from home opportunity, but it's also strengthening the karmic authority around how you strengthen your inner world and the knowledge around your ancestry, the cosmic knowledge that constitutes this galactic family you hold space for, and also more so the library of knowledge that the collective can take part of as a representative of wisdom. Hence now performing this in the 10th house like a performer on stage, rather creatively. And so you're producing these partnerships methodically and effectively, whereas the hardcore strength of your inner world is the foundation and anchor to innovate more radically your relationships. And the more knowledge of self you have within, the more crazy or unconventional you can manifest and hold space for people to be their most unique self. And also bring this unconventional sense of wealth acquisition too. We will also see over the next 6 months Jupiter enter Aries, We're going to see Mars prepare to retrograde in Gemini. Venus toward the zodiac, of course. And the next eclipse in Scorpio. So the next move forward after we complete the Taurus season transit is going to now begin the road to the November eclipse or October eclipse, manifesting the results of these partnerships. Because what Taurus season effectively did was step you into the new era of relationships you're attracting. Remember, all of this is just a seed. Granted, it's a magical beanstalk that may already have finished growing or has grown already considerably. But the harvest does not really come until Scorpio season, where the true results of this partnership is seen in how you've transformed your personality. So you want to see this, of course, still as the seed and foundation with which relationships or your individuality within partnerships will grow and strengthen on the grounded values with which you hold this. So the boundaries, the enlightened boundaries you draw through Gemini will take into part the results of the seed sown and the values established in these relationships, so that you are communicating more intimately with said individuals, and you're also investing a lot of your vision intellectually with the right people. Because the 8th house is other people's resources, and in Gemini, it's other people's ideas. The 2nd house is your finances, and in Sagittarius, it's your ascended vision. So as a Taurus rising, you paid me because Gemini is my 2nd house, and I'm literally communicating one-on-one with you. But the way you work your 2nd house is collective. So it has a higher income potential, and you can manifest a vision in any way that everyone can buy into. And you manifest money through freedom. You manifest value through freedom and meaning. Okay. So you manifest your ascended magic as a resource in order to invest into the right minds who can share a lot and almost multiply your income by sharing your vision through their ideas and through communicating with the right people. This is also opening up investment channels. And because this is the manifestation of Taurus, you're manifesting the results of your partnerships by how much more deeper you can communicate with people you can trust. And so this is going to challenge a lot of who you can trust. By this point, Jupiter not only goes into Aries, but in another week from now, it'll go over your North Node. And this is going to activate very powerfully how creatively you integrate this evolution of your inner child into your lifestyle, because Aries is ultimately your 6th. So the 5th house region that travels through Aries is evolving your creative talents that will inevitably be integrated into how creatively you live your lifestyle and what you can practice and integrate into your day-to-day routine. Of course, we're not going to fully step into that until late 2023 or mid 2023, where you get your Jupiter return, but you already start to feel the effects of this, especially once we step into Cancer season. And now the Jupiter square the sun in Cancer will challenge how this integration of your behavior and creativity begins to uplift and ascend how you feel around your beliefs and philosophy of yourself, and how now, based on the results of how much closer you connect with certain individuals, what that helps you believe around who you're becoming. The Gemini season square to Pisces will be important, because the whole gift of the Jupiter in Pisces was this evolution of your divine talents, was this greater creativity that literally creates more fun in your life through navigating this divine vibe. Especially with the Scorpio purity, this intensity has you tap into this vibration so much more divinely, that the square to Gemini will now challenge how you break through any deception through proper enlightenment and boundaries drawn, but also integrate a lot of this creativity in your relationships with who you can trust with said creative ideas. So this is going to bring a lot of breakthrough, especially as it will oppose your Saturn, but it'll be trining Saturn in Aquarius. So this will take this strengthening of your inner world, and relative to the boundaries that contain people you trust, how much more you share more secret insights and come into secret insights from other people as well. This will now, of course, break through into Cancer season, upgrading the sense of your philosophy. And because Pluto is in Capricorn, the breakthrough with the opposition at the end of Cancer season will transform accordingly more of your attitude relative to how much more powerfully you feel about yourself. Because now you're starting to see and feel the value of the partnerships that are exalting and pushing you more forward because of the wealth that they're bringing to the table. And of course, what you're bringing into the equation as well. And this leads into Leo season, which is a major checkpoint and breakthrough from the eclipse to now establish more success in your career. Hence the 9th, 10th house transit that will oppose Saturn and have you now, once again, more than ever, for the final time before Saturn goes into Pisces next year, really break through and establish the opposition between this inner authority versus how boldly and courageously in Leo you perform that to the society around you. Leo, of course, is the first social sign. So your career is you on stage expressing your literal swag. Now, Jupiter will be trining this in Aries. And so this is going to really give so much boosted confidence towards expressing so much more courage in already accomplishing a lot of career success. And this is also seeing which relationships you can take with you to the top, which actually augment and support career goals now with this foundation of their support as well. This is also where we're going to see Jupiter retrograde at 8 degrees. And we know that you have Venus in Sagittarius. So unlike most other people, the grand fire trine that will be lightly forming will already give you foresight and vision on how to manifest what is currently generating socially around you. It will already guide you around how to see where things are going so that by November, December, you're liquidating a lot of these returns. Especially based on investments you made Gemini season in June with the ideas you've shared or gained from people. Leo season, once again, is very important because this is going to really trigger this T-square. And this is going to now, in relation to preparing to transform your personality, really see from the higher end how your social influence is influenced by the values you manifested May in your relationship. This is what's going to now manifest in Leo to change a lot of your legacy relative to the completion of Jupiter and Neptune that we had in Pisces, making the dream real. And so a lot of how you creatively wanted to express yourself, now you're manifesting real friends that critically enjoy a lot of the divine talents, where the 5th house is the, of course, talents, and the 11th house is the audience that enjoys your creative gifts. And so this is making that dream real. This is taking the cultivation of those talents and in Virgo performing this socially towards real interactions and within real social dynamics. This is why the trust issues through Gemini with boundaries drawn will now only make those who you trust. If we think May is going to bring an influx of unconventional characters, May or Virgo season is going to now constitute who passed the 8th house boundary check and which one of these relationships become more real friends. This is also rewards from career. So this will also bring real change into how you're manifesting a lot of notoriety, popularity, support. And I think you'll really see a lot of this transit, synopsis be a lot more real too, because the setup for May will now avalanche Okay, especially coming opposite Jupiter. And I mean Neptune, and Jupiter will be retrograding, as with Libra season we'll see the opposition of. So Virgo season is going to bring a lot of rewards, and Libra season is going to be the pivotal breakthrough of releasing old social habits relative to newly defined habits individually in Aries in your sixth house. The opposition of Jupiter retrograde to the Libra sun at the beginning of Libra will once again revisit the nodes. And this is what's going to unlock more so of old habits and old spiritual beliefs around who you are in relationships. Because by this point, you've upgraded how creatively you even live your life. And you're seeing how much more powerfully or influential you impact the relationships you're manifesting and vice versa. And the square to Pluto in Capricorn, like you did in Cancer season, will revisit said philosophy of yourself and apply that into your beliefs around how you connect with people in relationships. And this is definitely going to be another considerable breakthrough with the Jupiter retrograding out of Aries near your North Node personally, to now give you insight coming into the next 6 months back into April 2023 of how much more powerfully to organize and reevaluate where you're taking your life and what actions allow you to change the way you see your relationships. Because by the time we step into Scorpio season and we come into that final eclipse of that year, boom, you'll now see a full-on transformation of how much stronger you are as pure queen, as royalty, as golden purity, who really transforms and inspires supernaturally magically. Okay, the eclipse here is going to take into account the 6 months of personal development that you on your person did towards others. Because when we go from the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, you're taking your personality. So from 1st to 6th, you're developing your personality, your identity, your self-esteem, 2nd house, your attitude, 3rd house, your inner world, 4th, your creativity, 5th, and your behavior. Then we integrate this behavior and we take our personal development and we deal with other people. We literally develop our identity with other people, 7th house, in dealing with other people, transforming, then ascending in the 9th, and then coming into career the 10th, and then establishing the friends and rewards for career 11th, and then releasing old beliefs based on the behavior we established. Boom. This now brings an updated character because you spent 6 months developing yourself. And I think you're going to feel more comfortable in your own skin than you've ever felt. And you're going to really enjoy this transformation that as the South Node is unlocking in order to, of course, bring more value towards the relationships, which we're going to see now from November going back to 2023, where Jupiter will officially begin in Aries, crossing your North Node again. And of course, we will develop your personality to strengthen those partnerships. By this period, Jupiter will be retrograded back into Pisces, enabling you not only to reevaluate your creative gifts that you have already begun to integrate into your lifestyle, but you'll now also trine your sun. So this will evolve a lot more, how much stronger your personality feels into this creativity. And this is a really good look, especially because this will now also continue to get closer to unlock Pluto in your chart, enabling the pure energy behind this to strengthen how much more you move forward. As of course, coming into the end of the year, Saturn will get ready to go into Pisces coming into next year. And of course, Jupiter by 0 degrees Capricorn will get ready to go 0 degrees into Aries. I hope you enjoyed this astrological transit forecast. And I definitely look forward to your feedback. Please don't hesitate to email me any questions. I definitely recommend listening to this report at least 7 times throughout the next 6 months so that you may gain more when you hear it. And you stay blessed as always. Peace.